Marcelo Bielsa is known as El Loco, the madman, the obsessive, the football genius who lives every match like a war. But this time, after Uruguay's World Cup dream collapsed in brutal fashion, Bielsa did not just look angry. He exploded. After a shocking early exit from the 2026 World Cup, the Uruguay coach was called over for a TV interview. The cameras were ready, the reporter was waiting, but Bielsa had no patience left. And before the interview had even properly started, he snapped at the television crew. "Now get on with it." That angry shout lasted only a moment, but it captured the whole disaster. A proud football nation was out. A legendary coach was under fire. A dressing room was reportedly divided. And Uruguay, two-time world champions, were heading home after just 3 games. This was not just a bad night. This was a complete collapse. Uruguay came into this World Cup group with expectations. On paper, it looked more than manageable. But after 3 matches, Bielsa's side had only 2 points. 2 draws, 1 defeat, and no way forward. Their final group match against Spain ended in a painful 1-0 loss in Guadalajara. That result confirmed Uruguay's elimination, sending them home in the group stage just like 4 years earlier. For a country with Uruguay's history, pride, and football identity, this was more than disappointment. It was humiliation. And Bielsa knew it. After the match, he did not hide behind excuses. He did not try to blame luck. He did not protect himself with soft words. He accepted responsibility. "The journalists and the fans of Uruguayan football rightly want to blame me," Bielsa said after the defeat. "I am responsible, and I have to accept that." Then came an even heavier sentence. "My time will be remembered as a phase that left nothing behind." Those words landed like a final verdict. Because Bielsa was not simply talking about one defeat, he was talking about an entire World Cup campaign that had fallen apart. Uruguay had already failed to beat Cape Verde. Then they failed to beat Saudi Arabia. And when they finally needed a result against Spain, they made the kind of mistake that ends tournaments. Goalkeeper Fernando Muslera made a costly error, and Bielsa substituted him at halftime. When Bielsa was later asked what he said to Muslera during the substitution, his answer was brutally short. Nothing. One word. No explanation, no emotion shown, just nothing. But the tension around Uruguay was impossible to ignore. The real drama did not end with the final whistle. It moved straight to the television interview. Bielsa was called over for his first reaction after Uruguay's elimination, but as he stood there waiting, his frustration boiled over. The interview was taking too long to begin, and Bielsa lost his temper. He angrily shouted at the TV crew to start the interview immediately. The moment was sharp, uncomfortable, and revealing. This was a coach whose nerves were completely exposed. Then came the questions. But Bielsa's answers were extremely short. There was no long analysis, no tactical explanation, no emotional speech for the cameras. The entire interview was reportedly over after about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That was all it took for the world to see just how broken the situation had become. And behind the scenes, the pressure may have been even worse. According to media reports, leading Uruguay players, including captain Federico Valverde, had confronted Bielsa before the Spain match. They reportedly complained about his leadership style, training management, and tactics. Bielsa, according to those reports, responded with an angry speech in front of the whole team. Then, during the match against Spain, another telling moment arrived. Bielsa substituted Valverde after 56 minutes. Valverde did not even look at his coach as he came off. He pulled his shirt over his mouth, a gesture that only added more questions to an already chaotic night. Was it anger? Frustration? Disbelief? The article does not say exactly what Valverde said or felt, but the image was powerful enough. The captain leaves the pitch. The coach stands under pressure. Uruguay are crashing out, and the entire football world is watching. Bielsa later admitted that there were avoidable mistakes, but again, he made one thing clear. The responsibility was his. "Even though there were avoidable errors, I am responsible for this failure," he said. That line may be remembered longer than any tactical detail from the match, because Bielsa, for all his anger, did not run away from blame. But accepting responsibility does not erase the damage. Uruguay are out. The fans are furious. The media are demanding answers. And Bielsa's future, reputation, and legacy with Uruguay are now under intense scrutiny. This was supposed to be a World Cup where Uruguay showed strength, structure, and belief. Instead, it ended with 2 points from 3 games. a goalkeeper mistake, a captain substituted without acknowledging his coach, reports of dressing room unrest, and a 30-second TV interview that said everything. Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay did not just lose to Spain. They lost control of the story. And now, after another group stage exit, one question hangs over the entire nation. Was this simply a failed World Cup campaign? Or was this the end of Bielsa's Uruguay project? For Bielsa, the answer may already be painful enough. His own words were the harshest summary of all, a phase that left nothing behind. And for Uruguay fans, that may be the hardest part to accept.